pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, God, we seem to mention you every time. So we welcome you here, and we welcome your efforts that all of our actions will be pleasing in your sight. Amen. Okay. Is there a motion to approve the prior minutes?
I'll make the motion. We approve the prior minutes as
All in
read.
favor, raise your right hand. Let it be done. All right. We have an evidentiary hearing, and we need to swear in the witnesses. If you're going to testify at the evidentiary hearing, please have the clerk swear you in.
That will be you. Yeah.
Okay. We have one item on the agenda tonight, and we're going to proceed. It's an application by Gabriella Terry. Property owner is James Goff, 254 North Broad Street. And we'll get into it, and if you'll give us the background, please.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the board. We do have a special use request for you all to consider tonight to convert a single-family home at 254 North Broad Street to office space. In the zoning ordinance of the town, office space in R10 zoning district is a special use permit. So it's one of those uses that the town says may be okay as long as we have a hearing about it and you all consider any testimony from the applicant and any other parties that may have jurisdiction or some standing to speak on the matter. So the house is, again, it's at 254 North Broad. This is a pretty recent photo from June of 2023. Again, a single-family house. There's associated parking with the driveway here. As pointed out in the staff report, there would be a need for 8 parking spaces to be somewhere on site. And those can be in the carport and in the driveway as it is for the office staff.
Question, has that house been renovated in the last 2 or 3 years?
I think the current owner, Mr. Goff, would be able to testify to that. Yes.
Okay, all right.
So for you all to consider the special use request, there are 5 items that you would consider. Is the request will not impact the integrity of the character of the surrounding area. The request will not be detrimental to the health, morals, or welfare. Adequate utilities, street access, drainage, sanitation, and other necessary facilities have been provided for. The adequate measures have been or will be taken to provide ingress and egress, so designed to minimize traffic congestion on the public streets. And then the special use shall, in all other respects, conform to the applicable regulations of the district in which it is located, except that such regulations may be, in each instance, may be modified by the Board of Adjustment if y'all saw fit to put a condition on something. But as it is, these are the things that you all will need to consider when you hear the testimony from won't be the applicant, it will actually be the property owner. He is representing Gabriella tonight. Gabriella could not be here, but Mr. Goff is here to testify in her behalf. And if y'all would like, Mr. Goff is ready to give you their idea.
Okay, Mr. Goff, having been duly sworn, if you will come forward, please, sir, and give us your name and address.
All right. right, James Goff, and do you want our current address? Because our current address or the address of the home?
Whichever pleases thee best.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, right now we're currently we've renovated my parents' home in Lillington, so it's 905 Old US 421. That's why we're selling the house there at 254 North Broad. We actually renovated that home. I think you're the only one that was on the board back then when we
That's right.
took the old Dupree home and
I thought I remembered
totally
that,
renovated
yes.
it. And also everything's amazing on the inside of the house. So,
So are you indicating you're planning to live there also?
no. We live in Lillington now.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
that's,
we've moved in Lillington.
that's
it'll-
why I was questioning. You said which one, so
Well,
okay.
currently we still own that house. That's what I was saying.
see.
I didn't
I
know
see.
which one you were
I see,
you
okay.
were asking about. But just to give you a little update on Gabriella, she hates she couldn't make it here. She had she mixed up. She thought it was next Tuesday, and so she was so sad about that because she wanted to be here, and she had an event that she couldn't change. So I told her I'd represent her. But Gabriella, she currently is she rents from us over at our commercial building in Clayton. She's been with us now going on nine years now, I believe, about 9 years. She's a unbelievable business lady, unbelievable tenant to us. I mean, she's a great asset to Clayton. The town of Clayton loves her. All the buildings around our building, they love her. That's all I can say is that I've never heard anything negative about her business or anything like that. She pours herself into the town that she does business in. She gets active with the Chamber of Commerce and she just, like I said, she'll be a great asset to the town of Anger. Tremendous asset. As far as, what the need for her to get this building is that she found out we were selling it, and she's just outgrown the facility we have over in Clayton. She needs to hire a few more staff for her catering business. She does not have the room. She's been looking for space, and when she found out we had this house, she fell in love with it and said this would be absolutely perfect for us. So, yeah, any questions as far as the? I know it said 8 parking spaces, and right now, as it stands right now, there's no problem with 8 parking, because we had actually, for our RV, had put an extra driveway over to the side of the house. So we did that, and that's where the red car is, over on the other side. That's all gravel. That's a driveway on the other side of the house. So you can actually park 2, possibly 3 cars right there. We just currently, for privacy reasons for selling it, we just put a privacy fence all the way up the side of the house. You can't see that in this picture because it was 2023. But I've got it on my phone if you'd like to see it. But we put up privacy fences, so they're not going to be any nuisance or anything to the neighbors, because it'll all be contained. There's a fence around the back, there's a fence down the side and everything, and there's shrubbery on the other side. And we actually own that house over on the other side too, the 266 home. So, and I talked to both of the neighbors prior to us saying we would sell it to Gabriella, and there were no quorums or anything. They said, oh yeah, that'd be great. So our 2 neighbors didn't have any reason not to.
You being one of them.
No.
I thought you said you owned the next door, 266. Or...
Yeah, but we talked to them. We talked
So
to
you
our
talk
tenants.
to your renters?
They rent it.
Oh,
We talked to our
the
tenants.
renters.
Okay.
We talked to our tenants and asked them if they had any problem with it. No. I wouldn't say that we didn't have any problem with it, but our tenants, if they had a problem with it, that would have been an issue.
So how many vehicles, you say she has a catering business?
Yes.
How many vans or vehicles does she have for the catering business alone?
She's got one van. She's got one regular van, and then there's right now there's 3 of them that are employed. Now, to my knowledge, she has three employees that I know of right now. She needs to hire some more staff. That's why she don't have the space where she's at right
Yeah.
now.
My concern is there's only one way in and one way out, because it doesn't go around to the back, does it?
Yeah, we have a large backyard that we landscaped and everything back there, and we actually built a fire pit and have made it decorative back there to where she wants to add to it.
But does it, when you come in the driveway, does it
You
go
can go
around?
down right there where you go into the little drive that I made over to the right.
Uh-huh.
That can go right into the backyard. And I told her all she has to do is throw some more crush and run back there. She has parking back there in that backyard.
But there's only one way in and one way out,
Yeah.
though.
Well, if you do it that way, no, you can actually make it to where you have the parking and can come out and drive out and don't use that driveway. You can actually, in that backyard, you could put about roughly six to 7 parking spaces back there, if she so chooses to do that. And that'll still give her space over on the other side, closer to this house that we put landscape and bushes and stuff like that and all. She can still keep that and make
Right.
it and add to it for photography and all, because she does catering for weddings and things like that.
But there's only one entrance in, and they have to use the same entrance to come out, right?
Yeah, but
Well,
what
the
I'm
other,
saying is,
there's another entrance, right?
what I'm saying is they can go in, and then the parking would be boom, 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 boom. You back
Right.
out and would come
Right,
back out.
but there's only one entrance into the facility.
I-
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No,
Yeah,
you're fine.
yeah,
I think you,
clarify too.
yeah, I think you know what I'm
So
talking about.
What you're saying is they would not be blocking the front drive.
Right.
They would be parking in the back.
Right,
So
right.
there's a way.
There's a way to
Because
get,
I was about
To get around.
It's-
ask.
so,
If
ta-
that's, once you block this driveway, there's no in or out.
right.
Right.
You can't go to the back and do that. But that's,
Is-
I think, the point that we were trying to apply.
Right.
Because would be, should be, need be, you look like you also have the ability to do
Bingo.
parking right
Bingo.
here to not block the drive. If
Yes.
You're telling me that drive would not be blocked, that they could go to the back and park and still get out. That's what I.
Right.
Yeah,
Another question,
My suggestion
where the
to
red
Gab-
truck is,
My suggestion to Gabriella, my suggestion to her was that she did gravel the backyard, and that was where all the employees parked. That would free up all this
Right,
parking up here,
right.
so that anybody coming into her business would always be able to get in and out.
okay, you mentioned the red truck. Is that a driveway also?
That's a driveway, but it's for the other house. It's technically, it's kind of a iffy thing right
Okay.
there. I mean, if need be, if need be, since we own that property, we could tap into it. I mean, we could.
Could you make it a joint driveway to serve both
Yes,
both
yes.
properties?
We could we actually could, because you got the front porch there. The front porch, we could actually gravel, like, okay. Do you mind if I step up?
No,
No,
that's
please do.
fine.
She could actually take where because I made that driveway over there. I actually poured gravel and everything in there and made it, and it goes all the way to the back of the other house. But you could come all the way up to where we did this decorative piece. You could actually gravel all the way across there. You could gravel across there. You can actually, there's like a crepe myrtle. There's a crepe myrtle there. You can take that crepe myrtle out and people pull right in here, and access the front. You know, I mean, you could have 2 driveways on each side of it with no problem.
Well, I think Miss Hawley's point is that you don't want to get in a situation where you've got cars in the driveway and people can't get back out.
Correct.
especially
Correct.
for emergency vehicles.
Yeah.
Jim, I'm gonna ask you, I'm sorry, Mr. Goff, I'm
Yes.
going to ask you a couple of questions that you may not be able to answer. It would be her answer.
Right.
My experience with a catering business,
Mhm.
which I've worked with them quite a bit,
Right.
is that there aren't, other than employees, there isn't a lot of traffic. It's somebody coming in to have a meeting to talk about what they're doing.
Right.
It's not like a business that's got an insurance agent or somebody that has traffic coming and going all day. Some days, some weeks, I mean, there's probably nothing for these employees to do. They probably work, I'm guessing, because she's not here to answer the question, that they don't, there are times when they're down and they don't have work, so they wouldn't be going in.
Correct.
When you say she has nothing to do with the rezoning, but I'll ask the questions. You said that she has run out of space in a warehouse. Obviously she's not prepping food or much of anything, because you're talking about a kitchen in a house. It doesn't sound like to me it would be used around the clock in a 9 to 5 business every day. That's what I'm getting.
Right.
So, this is just for office space. Her catering business is going to continue to be in
In
Clayton.
Clayton.
Correct.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So
Okay.
that helps clarify
That
what's
helps.
going on
Wondering
here.
how they're
Okay.
So
prepping food.
there may not be vans, there may not be delivery.
Okay.
This is just for her to have accountants and things like that for her business to
Okay.
be located there.
Okay.
All right.
That makes a big
It
difference.
does.
And 8 parking spaces is based off of office space
Okay.
where you might have a insurance agent or somebody or a doctor's office where you're going to have turnover of cars and clients. This really would be low impact
Gotcha.
as an office space for a good business that's in Clayton. And it'll just bring her here, and maybe she expands her catering business here in the future. So,
Thank you for clearing that up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Because I thought she was actually going to host everything there, and I was like,
no,
goodness gracious, if she
No, she's
expands her
still- she's still
business.
gonna rent
Yeah.
our, building in Clayton.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's still gonna rent the building. And you had a good point there too, sir, that most of the time with the catering, it's by appointment. She's just, whoever's she's getting a catering job for, she's got an appointment, they'll be coming in. So it's not like what you were saying, no foot traffic off the street coming in. It's gonna be by appointment, that kind of stuff. She'll have space to store some of her catering items that's really what she ran out of space for. Because we've only got 1,600 square feet that she's renting from us in Clayton. This house is almost 3,000 square feet, so she would
Cool.
have plenty.
So it makes a lot more sense since he
Yes. Yes.
And
Thank
there's a
you.
storage building in the back. It's a 17 by 20 storage building. So she'll have all the space in the world to store her stuff. But yes, sir. Thank you so much. Because that, yeah. I'm sorry if I wasn't
No,
clarifying that.
you're
I
fine. We can
apologize.
only ask certain questions, so that's why I was.
Yes.
We were only reading what was written.
Yep.
Thank
So,
you.
Right,
thank
right,
you.
right. But I can vouch for Miss Gabriella because of the excellence that she's done. And like I said, she's just been a great asset to Karen and myself and the town of Clayton. And I know she'll do the same here, no doubt.
On the, is there only one house? I drive by it every day. Is there only one house before we get to the
Wimberley?
church?
It's 2.
Yeah. Is it
Two.
2 houses? Okay. So there is.
There are
a
2
commercial
lots.
Property
Anyway.
right there on the corner down from it.
Now, the house, no, you talking about the church?
church, yeah.
Down the road? It's
Yeah, that's
what,
way
2 or 3
down.
blocks down?
No. Before you get to Wimberley, between this and Wimberley, it shows 2 lots. For each of those
Right beside
developed.
the church, there is was a health.
Healthcare.
It was like,
something.
Yeah, it was like adult.
Oh,
Is it adult care or something like that?
Adult healthcare,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right there in that house.
If you're coming out your front door, if you look to the left, a couple doors down, that's where it's at.
And the fire station is
Yeah,
Across the street, yes.
Oh, yeah, because the fire department would be over on the, looking at
Yep.
this picture, on the left. If you're looking out, it's on the right.
right.
So you're talking about going back toward town?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Okay. And if you need to speak to Gabriella, she told me I could call her and put her on speaker. Do y'all need
Is
to
there
talk
any-
to her?
No.
Reason to
this is
speak to
kinda
her?
clean cut.
Okay. Any further questions?
No, do we need to go
Mr.
down
Goff.
the thing, or can we just go ahead and make a motion?
Well, if we have no further questions of Mr. Goff, then we will continue this hearing by any questions or discussion by the board. Or if there's a motion,
I make a motion that we go ahead and approve the special use permit.
okay.
Do you want to go
As,
ahead?
as part of that motion, I think you need to make findings that
That's
each of
what I
the
was
things are
going
met,
to
which,
say next.
That's what we
Yeah.
were gonna do.
to answer your question though, I think you can do those all in one motion
Yes.
if you choose.
All right.
Okay.
Now, if you're going to deny based on one, I think you need to clarify which
Right,
one.
so can
But
I
if
just
you-
say A
if you-
through E?
If you want to make a motion that they are all met,
Well,
I think that is fine.
You have to kind of read out, the first one is will not, second one's will
Yeah,
not.
okay, do you want to go ahead?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, A, request use will not impair the integrity or character of the surrounding or adjoining districts. Do we want,
Keep
do you
on
want to
going.
just,
Before you go
Does
through all
anybody-
those, are there any conditions that you want to place that y'all have
that's what I was getting
discussed?
ready to ask.
Okay.
Can y'all
Because I
think of
think the
any
way you would
conditions?
need to find is that with the conditions in place, it meets
Right.
these criteria. So you
Right.
want to make those conditions clear at the outset before you vote on the
Exactly.
conditions.
There any conditions that you all want?
I think cleared up the parking issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, the parking issue's pretty much done. No conditions?
Can't think of any.
Can't think of one.
Okay, we're going to number B. The request use will not be detrimental to the health, morale, or welfare. C, adequate utilities, access streets, drainage, sanitation, and/or other necessary facilities have been or are being provided. The adequate measures have been or will be taken to provide ingress and egress, which we've discussed.
Right.
So designed as to minimize the traffic congestion in the public streets. And E, the special use shall in all other respects conform to the application regulations of the district in which it is located, except as such regulations may in each instance be modified by the Board of Adjustments.
Okay, and there's no indication that any modification is necessary.
No.
All right, the motion is before you. Is there any further discussion?
Let me just ask you a question. I don't think it's a problem.
But right below that, it says note, there must be 6
Yeah.
Board of Adjustment members present at the meeting to hear a request.
That is incorrect according to our own ordinance and North Carolina statute. We need to remove that. That language is only contained in the application, not our code of ordinances, and it's inconsistent with North Carolina general statute, so we need to
Right.
remove that language from the application.
Great.
So it only takes 5.
It only takes 5.
It only takes a majority as long as we have a
Majority, yeah.
quorum. Only a variance requires the
Right.
4/5 vote.
Right.
This
Okay.
is a special use, not a variance. It
That's
says
right.
variance
Four
approval
of
criteria,
seven.
but this is special use.
Yeah.
4
It's
of
okay.
7 would be enough.
Mm-hmm.
Any further questions or discussion or?
I guess we can go ahead and vote on the motion.
All right. We've taken all the findings together and the motion is before you. All in favor of the motion, please raise your right hand. Okay, it is unanimous. All right, Mr. Goff, thank you. Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you.
You did a
Thank
good
you.
job on that house initially, so,
Oh, well, thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
all right. Any old business?
Nope.
Any adjournment?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Oh, that's your left hand, okay. All right, it passes, okay. Thank you very much.